With everything going on domestically, a lot of people seem to be unaware that Donald Trump wants to invade Mexico. That's not hyperbole. Right now, the Trump administration is trying to put U.S. troops, Army and Marines, on the ground in Mexico so that they can bring a hot war to the cartels. And to be clear, this is not a statement from the DHS or the DEA. This is not a Coast Guard or law enforcement action. They're talking about taking the strikes, the illegal strikes, the war criminal strikes that they're doing in the Caribbean right now, and they're going to take that kind of kinetic force and do it within the borders of Mexico. The destabilization of Latin America is going to create an immigration crisis. And this here is the feedback loop that feeds fascism. So you've got Trump, Pete Hegseth, Stephen Miller, Marco Rubio conspiring to create a hot war on the United States border. And these guys honestly believe that if Hellfire missiles are landing just south of the United States border, just over the border from Texas, that there is not going to be violence that spills over that border. And they're trying to declare war against narco-terrorism without authorization from Congress to invade our southern neighbor, which is going to provoke retaliatory attacks like we have never seen before in the United States. And that's going to be very, very difficult to stop because we've got the United States military now spread in hot wars that they want to grow throughout all of Latin America. And the FBI, who's supposed to investigate terrorism, they're all getting pulled into this immigration raid stuff. So they're spread out. They cannot protect the homeland. So when you've got Donald Trump able to declare a unilateral war against a narco-terrorist group that is just south of our border, and you've got domestic law enforcement and law enforcement that are supposed to go out and get those cartels, instead distracted by like immigration stuff domestically, that is inviting cartel violence against the homeland, against American people, the likes of which the United States has not seen before. By violating the sovereignty of all of these nations, the Trump administration is planting the seeds of terrorism that generations moving forward will have to deal with. So if you haven't yet called your member of Congress and your senator to tell them to strip Donald Trump of the ability to do this, you need to do it now, because the price that we're going to pay is going to continue to grow exponentially as long as he is left unchecked, because creating crises overseas or over the border and crises here at home, that is what authoritarians do to strip away all civil rights and gain totalitarian control.